Okay, so here is how to place an individual customer order. So you start out by going to your portal and slowly logging in, the spinning wheel. There we go. Okay, so generally your dashboard bar will pop up if it over here. If it doesn't, you can go up here to the three dashes and click on that. So what you're going to do is go to orders, and then you're going to go create new order, and you are doing an individual order, and then you just type in the customer's information off of their order form. So for example, we'll just put me as an example, and it'll pop up with my information, but yours won't do that if this is your first time placing an order. So this is just my email. You can put this customer does not have an email address and will not receive shipping notifications. You can check that if they didn't give an email address. Mine, because it was an automatic fill, filled in the rest of it for me, but yours won't do that. So you type in their first name, last name, and phone number, and then you go to create order. Okay, so now it pulls up everything they could order. So we'll just type something in. So say the customer is ordering the Giddy earrings. You type it into the search bar. Try to be as specific as you can with the search word. For some reason, if you type in cross my heart, it won't come up, but if you type in cross, it will come up if you're doing the cross my heart necklace. So there are a few little quirks like that, but try to be specific. So you can type in Giddy and you hit the check mark, and then it will pull up both of the platings of the Giddy earrings. And then you make sure that when you are ordering that you got their correct information. So if they said Giddy silver, you would want to, or if they gave you the item number, then you would want to order it in silver. Same thing with the gold. If they said Giddy gold, just make sure that the item number matches, and then you click add to order, and then it will put a little number up here. So that means that that quantity is on the order. Now you can go in and add an additional item if you want to, or additional items. You just type them into the search bar and they pop up. Or you can go over here and do your filter thing to get it. But don't forget that if you're typing in rings, that you need the ring size from the customer. And then if you're doing any personalized pieces, that's a whole other process. So this is just for, let's say they just ordered one item and you're just placing an individual order, or even if they ordered multiple. So then you go down here, go down here to OK, once you've entered in all of your items that you're wishing to order. So click OK, and then it will pull up to where you could add a gem membership if you wanted to. That's a simple click and it puts it on here, charges them for it. You can see over here that their item subtotal is on there. You can edit to have it directly shipped to them, and or you can have it shipped to yourself, but either way it's going to be the $7 shipping and handling, since it's an individual order. So you want to go to edit And then don't ever do home office pickup unless you're planning to go to Texas to pick it up. You hit edit address, and then it puts in the name here. You can either start typing in the address here, or especially if it has an apartment number, or if it doesn't pop up right away with the address, you would do manual entry. So then it gives you the address line. So if it has a suite or apartment number, you can put it here, and then you type it in manually, but just make sure that it's correct, because you don't want to have to go through what I just went through with customer service trying to correct shipping addresses after the fact. So it's kind of a pain, but so just try to make sure that your address is the correct one. I usually double check mine a few times. So you can start putting in something here for the search. I'll just start typing in an address. It says no results. So it pops up with an address here. And sometimes it'll give multiple addresses, so make sure that it really is the right one that you're typing in. Or again, you can do the manual entry, but just make sure that everything's correct, because it doesn't double check it. And then you can click OK or cancel. I'll just cancel it for now. Then when you feel like your order is correct, so you can still go back in and add items if they've added something to their order, you want to make sure to save changes. And then you make sure that your totals match up. Now, if they have, usually individual orders will not be part of a group, so you won't have taken down the tax for the group order. But if you are doing an individual order and you want to know what their tax rate is, it's going to be whatever their address is. So wherever it's shipping to is what the tax rate will be. So this, it says 0 for tax because I haven't entered my shipping information yet. But I do want to show you, see it says right down here, your order does not have shipping information, therefore you cannot add customer payments yet. So I could go in and add the customer payment piece later. Okay, so now it's popped up, a shipping address and method must be on this order in order to check out. So that's something that we would have to enter in order to go to the next step. So I'll just put in an address. Okay. So we'll just type that in, put it in. It says what your standard method. Here's where you can change. If they want expedited shipping, you can add that, especially if it's close to the holidays, but generally this just stays the same. Okay, so you click on OK. So now it says we're about to save your order due to shipping changes, but you have other changes. I always just click OK. It puts in the tax information now, so it'll say what the tax percentage is, and it'll charge them that. So make sure that your customer total matches with your receipt total that you have or that you've charged them with. And then you can go to checkout. Now it will actually let me go to checkout. So then you can see it's created a receipt for me. So it says make sure you verify the shipping address and that it has their name on it. It gives them an order number, says that it's an individual order. And then you go down to here. Now you can see, so if you have charged them through ProPay, it will have, you should have ProPay funds that are available here. So if you've charged them, if they have entered their credit card information or you have entered their credit card information and charged their card, then you will have ProPay funds that you can use, and you can click on that to use that. Here it tells me the total due. Now this is the jeweler total, okay? This is not the customer total. The customer has paid you this amount, you are going to be paying Premier this amount, and then this will be your profit. So you can see that the half is only going to be on the $29 amount. The tax and the shipping obviously are not included in that, so you will be paying a little bit more for that. But it just means that because the customer has paid you this as well. So that's why you're paying that amount. You only get your 50% off on the retail price of the item, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. And then you can also, if you have a Jewelry Rewards card, you could use that as your payment. You can enter in a card. I have 2 cards saved on file because I use my mileage points for my orders. So that is another way that you can do that. So once you have chosen a way to pay, then you can click submit and it will submit the order, and then it creates a customer receipt that you can then go back through and send them if you'd like. I don't usually do that, but then it will then create that order for you. So I hope that kind of explains the order checkout in a simple, straightforward explanation. Please let me know if you have any questions. And that is all I have for you today. Thanks. Bye.